Hey everybody, welcome to another Dark Avengers comic book review. And these comic books are from the week of May 19th, 2010. First off, as far as news goes, really no news from either side except promotions for Heroic Age as well as Brightest Day and all the new titles coming out for DC Comics. Comic-Con is nearing New York City. October is coming. We are almost at the halfway point in 2010. As soon as June starts, we are officially 6 months into the year with 6 months left to go. 6 months left of a lot of stuff that can go on in 2010. As far as my reviews go, I know a few people have been criticizing the way I've been reviewing comic books, that I leave stuff out and stuff like that. Guys, I apologize, especially when I have big weeks, like when there's 15 comic books. It's hard to read all of them without skimming one or two, as well as the fact that I don't want to say there was a lot going on around here, but for those of you who watch Brooklyn Boys, go on Brooklyn Boys this week and watch our 360. It'll explain a lot of the stuff that's going on, which is why it's very hard for me right now to focus on just reading comic books. This week I did, however, read each and every comic book inside and out, no skimming, so I can give an honest review. Excuse the past reviews, I'd say for the past 3 weeks, because this has been a rough month for not only myself but my family and a few other people that I know. So excuse the comic reviews the way they've been. Hopefully things will get better around here and my comic book reviews will be flowing the way they were back last month. Okay, first off, I did mention this in a review, I believe 2 weeks back. I was talking about the Shocker and where he's been. I haven't seen him for a while in Amazing Spider-Man. Somebody told me go right after Brand New Day and you'll find it, and I did. Amazing Spider-Man 579 is the second part to a Shocker storyline. The only reason I didn't get the part before this is because I thought this was going to be a one-shot, because Shocker's only on this cover. It turns out that there's a part before it, which is the first part of this story. I believe it's the first part, so I will be getting that comic too, but I won't be reviewing it. Just want to let you guys know that the Shocker was around last year, 2009, issue 579 and 578. I don't know if it goes before that, but he has been around. So here's your Shocker. Here's the Shocker. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I found it. Here it is. Okay, the end with that. Thank you guys for sending those personal messages and comments to me. Okay, now getting into brand new comic books, week of the 19th. Starting with Spider-Man, as a matter of fact. Amazing Spider-Man presents American Son, part 1 of 4. A side story all about American Son. Who is American Son? Who will American Son be? And where does it all tie into the Heroic Age? Well, also, for those of you who are wondering why I mentioned that American Son is tied into the Heroic Age, American Son does have this mini with Spider-Man, but there is also another series, I'll show you guys in the back, called... There's a side story also, guys. That's why you see me going through another story to get to this story. Age of Heroes number 2, you can see that he's going to be on the cover of Age of Heroes number 2. So American Son is basically going to be a new hero. Rumor has it that it's going to be Harry Osborn. Everybody's blaming Harry Osborn, saying he's the one that has the suit and everything like that, and he's saying no, he's not. And basically I'll sum this entire issue up in the big finale page. He gets shot, to be continued. They don't tell you who American Son is yet. So I guess you gotta stick around and find out. I'm enjoying it. It's good artwork. It has a nice backstory about Harry Osborn coping with being Norman Osborn's son and trying to show that he's not following his father's footsteps. The artwork is really good compared to a lot of other stories where I've seen terrible artwork. The story is... it's got potential. I'll say that. I don't know if it's really got enough oomph to get me to stay with it. It doesn't really involve Spider-Man, once again, guys. Like I said, it's involving American Son, which is going to involve Harry. There's also another miniseries coming out sometime, I believe, this month called Black Cat. I might get it because I like Black Cat. It really just depends how many comics I will be getting in that week. It's a nice little side story. I think you'd like it. Pick it up if you're interested in seeing who the next American Son is. It is a Spider-Man kind of tie-in thing. Okay, next is Invincible Iron Man 26. Tony Stark is still into saving the world with his new arc reactor technology, while at the same time there are people, Miss Hammer, who is trying to sell old armor with Tony Stark Industries stamped on the armor to terrorists who plan to use it to they're, you know, to kill, to hurt people, and to kill people, and to cause trouble. And Tony Stark is basically, at the end of this issue, going to melt down all of his Iron Man suits, and he's going to use his arc reactor technology to help. Well, he wants to build, I believe this guy wants to build a car, and he wants it to be able to run for 99 years without ever running out of fuel or something. So he's still promoting the arc reactor thing. Really not much happens in this issue. You get to see him in the Iron Man suit twice. I'm still getting used to the whole Iron Man suit is in his bones. That's what he claims. The Iron Man suit is actually inside his bones, and he can actually activate it, and it just like literally oozes out of his body and becomes a suit. I think it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys a picture of how that happens. He also gives Captain America, I forgot to mention, he gives Captain America a way to shut down the Iron Man suit. This isn't a good way to... There was another one. It's weird. It's like gold ooze. That's all I'm going to say. Like here. Like see how it oozes out and becomes an Iron Man suit. It's going to take getting used to. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm used to it just being an external suit that he could take off and put on as he pleases. Artwork is really good. I love the covers. I got to admit, these covers are really... Next month's cover is going to involve Iron Man and War Machine on the same cover. The series, like I said, has been great. It has its Einstein Award. It's really good for those of you that like Iron Man. I didn't like Iron Man. I'm being honest, between this series and Legacy, I'm really into Iron Man. I enjoy reading about Iron Man. I just hope that by the time this series ends, which is going to be another 6 months from now, that Tony Stark goes back to doing what he does best, and he gives up in this whole, like, I'd rather be poor and save the world with arc reactor shit. I like them better as the playboy, kind of ritzy guy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just holding on to the old times. And, well, you know, you gotta hold on to your old heroes. Okay, now, a premiere. A really good premiere. The Avengers. #1. There are 4 titles for the Avengers. There are the Avengers. There is Secret Avengers, which is coming out, I believe, yes, it is coming out next week. There is New Avengers, which is coming out next month. And there is Avengers Academy. Out of all those titles, the only title you won't be seeing here is Avengers Academy. I'm not interested in the Academy. I'm not interested in new and upcoming heroes. There are Avengers in that title, but 3 titles is more than enough because I originally got Dark Avengers, Mighty Avengers, and New Avengers. So basically, Avengers is taking over for Mighty. Getting off that, getting into this comic. Yes, it's a heroic age. They have the heroic... I hope it doesn't stay like this for the rest of the run. Hopefully this will go away at some point because, no offense. Anyway, skip over that. It's a great beginning issue. Basically, Steve Rogers is not Captain America anymore. He's Commander Rogers. He's taking over for Nick Fury, and obviously he's going to be running the Secret Avengers. So he starts up the Avengers, and the issue starts up where he's asking everybody to join the Avengers. Everyone. To join every team. And basically everybody says yes, except Wonder Man. I mentioned this last week. I would like to retract that. I made a mistake. I was reading a preview of this comic, and I put it into the New Avengers comic. That was not true. It happens in this issue, actually, where Wonder Man actually says, no, I will not join your team, and don't do this because you're going to regret it, and I'm going to stop you, or whatever. And he says, I'd like to see you try. Now, the team forms up. He separates the team. Everybody says yes, but then in this issue, it branches off just to the Avengers. Namely, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Spidey, Wolverine, Spider-Girl, Hawkeye, and Maria Hill is now the commander and leader, well, the commander-in-chief, let's say, the Steve Rogers of the Avengers. And with that, I'm getting the... Let's move on. So I will put this issue down, and we will continue with this when we get back. So I will be back in 2 seconds, guys. Check out part 2. See you soon.